In today's story, I have yet another story about a guy who got suspended in my high school. And yes, you read the title correctly. It was pretty damn juicy when it happened. Anyways, welcome back to the Rutch channel. I hope you're all doing great today. And today we have a couple of protagonists in our story. So the first one is a guy and his name was Tim and the girl's name was... So this all happened when I was in the second year of high school. And now that I think about it, a lot of my stories happened during the second year because goddamn, people were so stupid back then. It's like in the middle of puberty, and I don't know, if you're in the middle of puberty, you make the worst mistakes. So I'm actually not too surprised that everything happened during the second year. Like, it was a wild one. It was such a wild year, and every month something horrible happened. Either someone got suspended, or there was like a big fight, or there was a lot of bullying happening. But anyways, let's go back to Tim and Jesse. So one day we were in economics class and it was pretty easy. There was nothing to do. The exam was just around the corner, but it was pretty easy. So nobody really wanted to do any homework or study or whatever. So one day, I don't know why, but a guy named Tim, our main protagonist of the story, he was actually sitting next to me. He once told me that, what would be funny to do? I will just make a Twitter account of a math teacher here, and everybody kind of thought that the math teacher was kind of weird, he was kind of socially awkward, but he was really, really smart. And I immediately told him, I don't know if this is a good idea. Like, does this teacher actually want a Twitter account? And why would you actually make one yourself? Isn't he the one that needs to make an account? So anyways, a girl, I don't know why she had a picture of our teacher, which is already pretty illegal to do, but she sneakily took a picture and she was sitting in front of me and Tim, and she was Jessie, right, as I told you. And Tim and Jessie quickly made a Twitter account of that teacher and added that photo that Jessie basically just took of him. During the lunch break later in the day, they told everyone there to check out that Twitter account. So the funny thing is that we never knew that it was illegal or bad to do. I mean, I kind of thought about it, but I was stupid back then. I was a teenager. I was also in the middle of puberty. I thought that it was fine to do that it was funny, And luckily, this teacher didn't get any bad, I guess you could say, tweets or messages. And I remember back then, Twitter was really popular, so everyone was kind of already in the loop. Like, a random guy, I remember like a random guy from another high school even knew that our math teacher had a Twitter account. And like... oh my god, eventually I was like, I told him, listen, what if the teacher actually finds out? What if other people from the school, what if all other teachers find out that this is happening, that this is like a illegal account? And Tim really never thought about it, and he was still laughing his ass off. Obviously, he thought it was so funny that that teacher had a Twitter account. And I remember a lot of the messages were like, today I have my class, and then our class number basically, and I like giving them math lessons. And it was just so damn funny if I think about it, but so wrong on so many levels. And eventually the worst thing happened. Like, we were in biology class, and one day our like vice principal enters the classroom. And he told us, today I have a not so good news for you, because I discovered that there is a Twitter account made not by our math teacher, but by someone else. And the math teacher didn't even know what Twitter was. And at that point, everyone's jaws just dropped. Everyone was like, oh no, this is like, I remember the tension in the classroom. It was so bad. Like, it was so quiet in the classroom because usually like people were always screaming, people were being absolutely stupid, and you know how it is, like 14-year-olds in the middle of puberty, always screaming, always being psychotic. So eventually everyone was silent. The vice principal wanted to know who did this absolutely disgusting behavior. And the vice principal also told us that one of you is, the killer, I guess. One of you did it. One of you is the criminal here. To my surprise, Tim instantly raised his hand and stood up out of his seat and says, "Mister, I did it. I was the one who made the Twitter account." And funny enough, the vice principal was kind of in the middle of his sentence and he told him to stay quiet because he was still, telling us all the details. And he was like, "I did it. I made the Twitter account." And at that moment, I didn't look him in the eye. I looked outside because Tim was to the right of me. I looked to the left through the window because I was so scared to look in that general direction because I knew that the vice principal was so angry that probably had the most deadliest of death stares ever. So eventually Tim got taken away from the entire day. He was not present at any lesson because he was immediately suspended. And I remember Tim and me, we were kind of talking during the lunch break, which was later that day. And he told me, "Oh my God, I am in such trouble." But eventually he just had to write some paragraphs about how bad it is to not respect a teacher's privacy and that things could have gotten way worse than they actually were. And I remember one of my older friends in that classroom, let's call him Tony. And Tony, he told me that he almost linked the Twitter account, the fake Twitter account of the teacher, to some kind of, I don't know, meme website that makes fun of teachers or like makes fun of people. I don't know. It was very, very bad. And for some reason, he was like, "No, what if this Twitter account got exposed? Then I would get in big, very big trouble." So eventually he didn't do that. So eventually Tim got suspended for a week. He did his time, he did his... he went to school prison, I guess. And eventually he apologized together with Jessie because, she basically was the one to provide the picture for the Twitter account. Yeah, because it was the first time. They didn't really get any further repercussions, I must say, for that. There was a really sad moment one day when we had a math lesson 2 months after the entire Twitter account drama happened. The teacher was just looking under the table and he just told us, "You don't make a picture of me, right? I hope you don't make any pictures of my face." And at that moment I remember a girl told our class, "Oh, that is just so sad, man. Like, this teacher is probably never able to not think about it." But eventually we kind of moved on, he forgot about it, and everything went smooth and fine again. Like, subscribe, turn on post notifications if you're brand new to the channel. And guys, send me some of your own stories through rutchbusiness@gmail.com. It's in the description down below. And I will see you in another one of my videos. Have a great day and peace out.